Constitutional and legislative safeguards for women in India and policies and programs for women. Constitutional safeguards for women. 1. Article 14, Equality before law. Guarantees that every person is equal before the law. Ensures equal protection of the laws to both men and women. 2. Article 15, Prohibition of discrimination. Prohibits discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Clause 3 allows the state to make special provisions for women and children for their advancement. 3. Article 16, Equality of opportunity in public employment. Provides equal opportunities for all citizens in matters of employment or appointment under the state. Ensures that no gender-based discrimination is allowed in public jobs. 4. Article 39A and 39D, Directive Principles of State Policy. 39. A. The state shall direct its policy toward securing that men and women have equal right to adequate means of livelihood. 39D. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. 5. Article 42, Just and humane conditions of work and maternity relief. Directs the state to ensure humane working conditions and maternity benefits for working women. 6. Article 46, Promotion of educational and economic interests. Focuses on the educational and economic upliftment of weaker sections, including women, especially from SCs and STs. 7. Article 47, Duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and public health. Indirectly benefits women by directing the state to improve health and nutrition, which is vital for maternal and child health. 8. Article 51, A, E, Fundamental duties. It is the duty of every citizen to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. 9. Article 243d, 3, Reservation in panchayats. Provides that not less than 1/3 of the total number of seats in panchayats shall be reserved for women, including SC/ST women. 10. Article 243d, 4. Reservation of chairperson positions in panchayats. 1/3 of the total number of chairpersons of panchayats shall be reserved for women. 11. Article 243t, 3, Reservation in municipalities. Similar to panchayats, 1/3 of the total number of seats in municipalities are reserved for women, including SC/ST women. 12. Article 243t, 4, Reservation of chairperson positions in municipalities. Provides for 1/3 reservation for women in the offices of chairpersons in urban local bodies. Legislative safeguards for women in India. 1. Child Marriage Restraint Act, 1929. First law to prohibit child marriage in India. Fixed minimum marriage age, 14 for girls and 18 for boys, later amended. Punishable offense for marrying or promoting child marriage. 2. Factories Act, 1948. Provides for the health, safety, and welfare of workers, including women. Limits working hours for women and restricts night shifts. 3. Employees State Insurance Act, 1948. Offers medical care and maternity benefits to women employees. Ensures health protection for women workers in case of sickness, pregnancy, or injury. 4. Plantation Labor Act, 1951. Regulates working conditions in plantations. Ensures maternity benefits, creches, and medical aid for female workers. 5. Special Marriage Act, 1954. Allows marriage across religion, caste, or creed under civil law. Protects the rights of women in intercaste and interfaith marriages. 6. Dowry Prohibition Act, 1961. Prohibits giving or taking dowry before, during, or after marriage. Makes dowry a punishable offense. 7. Maternity Benefit Act, 1961. Provides for paid maternity leave and protection of employment during maternity. Covers both private and government sector women workers. 8. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, 1971. Legalizes abortion under certain conditions to protect women's health and rights. Ensures safe and legal access to abortion services. 9. Amendments to Criminal Laws, 1983. Amended 3 major laws to better protect women against crimes. Indian Evidence Act, added special provisions for rape cases. Indian Penal Code, IPC recognized custodial rape as a crime. Criminal Procedure Code, CRPC introduced sensitive handling of women's complaints. 10. Child Marriage Restraint Amendment Act, 1976. Raised the legal age of marriage to 18 years for girls and 21 for boys. Strengthened penalties for promoting or participating in child marriage. 11. Equal Remuneration Act, 1976. Ensures equal pay for equal work for men and women. Prohibits gender-based discrimination in recruitment and service conditions. 12. Contract Labor Regulation and Abolition Act, 1978. Regulates the working conditions of contract women workers. Ensures protection against exploitation and hazardous work. 13. Family Courts Act, 1984. Establishes special courts to resolve family-related disputes. Ensures speedy and sensitive justice in matters like divorce, custody, and maintenance. 14. Consumer Protection Act, 1986. Protects women as consumers from unfair trade practices. Encourages awareness of consumer rights among women. 15. Indecent Representation of Women, Prohibition, Act, 1986. Prohibits indecent images or portrayals of women in advertisements, publications, or media. Protects women's dignity and image in society. 16. Commission of Sati, Prevention, Act, 1987. Prohibits the practice or glorification of sati, burning of widows. Makes it a criminal offense with strict punishment. 17. Prevention of Atrocities Act, 1989. Protects SC/ST women from atrocities, harassment, and discrimination. Provides special legal safeguards and rights. 18. National Commission for Women Act, 1990. Establishes the National Commission for Women, NCW. Functions as a watchdog for women's rights, reviews laws, and advises the government. 19. Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, 2005. Recognizes physical, emotional, sexual, verbal, and economic abuse in domestic settings. Provides for protection orders, residence rights, and maintenance for victims. 20. Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition, and Redressal, Act, 2013. Defines and prohibits sexual harassment at the workplace. Makes it mandatory for employers to form internal complaints committees, ICC. Ensures safe and secure working environments for women. Legislations related to marriage and divorce. 1. Marriage and divorce in Parsis. Parsi Marriage and Divorce Act, 1936. Governs marriage and divorce among Parsis, Zoroastrians. Requires marriage to be solemnized in the presence of a Parsi priest and 2 witnesses. Provides grounds for divorce such as adultery, cruelty, desertion, unsound mind, etc. Includes provisions for maintenance, alimony, and custody of children. 2. Marriage and divorce in Christians. Indian Christian Marriage Act, 1872. Governs Christian marriages in India. Marriage must be performed by a licensed minister or priest, and registered accordingly. Indian Divorce Act, 1869. Governs divorce among Christians. Grounds for divorce include adultery, cruelty, desertion, etc. Amended to make divorce procedures more gender equal. 3. Marriage laws for Jews. Jews in India do not have a codified marriage law. Jewish personal laws are followed for marriage and divorce within their community. Disputes are settled according to customary practices, and in some cases, under the Special Marriage Act, 1954 for civil marriages. Legislations related to financial security and right over property. Hindu Succession Act, 1956. Applies to Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Sikhs. Ensures equal inheritance rights for sons and daughters. After the 2005 amendment, daughters have the same rights as sons in ancestral property. Widows are also given the right to inherit their husband's property. Right against domestic violence. Section 498A of the Indian Penal Code, IPC. Deals with cruelty by the husband or his relatives towards a woman. Cruelty includes physical or mental harassment, demand for dowry, or abuse that causes her to harm herself or suffer. A cognizable and non-bailable offense, punishable by imprisonment up to 3 years and fine. Matrimonial rights, important laws. 1. Special Marriage Act, 1954. Allows intercaste and interreligious marriages under civil law. Applicable to all Indian citizens, irrespective of religion. Provides for divorce, maintenance, and succession. 2. Hindu Marriage Act, 1955. Applies to Hindus, Jains, Buddhists, and Sikhs. Covers provisions related to marriage, divorce, restitution of conjugal rights, judicial separation, etc. Recognizes monogamy and sets minimum marriage age, 21 for males, 18 for females. 3. Muslim Personal Law, Shariat, Application Act, 1937. Applies to Muslims in matters of marriage, divorce, inheritance, and property. Based on Shariat law, it ensures that Muslim personal laws are applicable instead of customary practices. 4. Dissolution of Muslim Marriages Act, 1939. Allows Muslim women to obtain a divorce under specified conditions like cruelty, desertion, non-maintenance, etc. Empowers women to initiate divorce in cases where the husband's behavior is unjust. 5. Muslim Women, Protection of Rights on Divorce, Act, 1986. Passed after the Shah Banu case. Ensures that a Muslim woman is provided with fair maintenance and provision by her husband during and after divorce. Also includes provisions for mahr, dower, iddat period maintenance, and children's custody. 6. Indian Divorce Act, 1869. Governs divorce among Christians. Provides both husband and wife the right to seek divorce on several grounds like adultery, cruelty, or desertion. Policies and programs for women in India. 1. Short Stay Homes, SSH, 1969. Provides temporary shelter, food, medical care, and counseling to women in distress, e.g., victims of domestic violence, trafficking. Aims at rehabilitation and reintegration of women into society. 2. Support to Training and Employment Program, STEP, 1987. Enhances the skills and employability of women in traditional sectors like agriculture, dairy, handlooms, etc. Promotes sustainable employment and income generation. 3. Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, RMK, 1993. A microfinance initiative offering credit to poor women without collateral. Promotes self-reliance through income-generating activities. 4. Indira Mahila Yojana, IMY, 1995-96. Focused on the holistic development of rural women. Promoted women's participation in village-level planning and self-help groups, SHGs. 5. Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana, SGSY, 1999. Provided self-employment to the rural poor, especially women, through SHGs. Promoted micro-enterprise development. 6. Central Rural Sanitation Program, CRSP, 1999. Aimed at improving sanitation facilities in rural areas. Indirectly empowered women by reducing drudgery and improving health. 7. Sampurn Grameen Rozgar Yojana, SGRY, 2001. Provided wage employment and food security to the rural poor. Women were given priority in employment opportunities. 8. Scheme for Adolescent Girls, 2010. Focuses on nutrition, health education, life skills, and vocational training for girls aged 11 to 18. Aims at reducing gender-based disparities and improving girls' status. 9. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, BBBP, 2015. Addresses female foeticide, declining child sex ratio, and promotes girl-child education. Encourages community participation and awareness on gender equality. 10. Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, PMMVY, 2015. Provides financial support to pregnant and lactating women for wage loss, proper nutrition, and rest. Helps reduce maternal and infant mortality. 11. One-Stop Centers, OSC, 2015. Also known as Sikhi Centers. Offers integrated support to women facing violence, medical aid, legal help, counseling, shelter. 12. Mahila E-Haat, 2016. An online marketing platform for women entrepreneurs and SHGs. Encourages digital inclusion and economic empowerment. 13. Ujjwala Scheme, 2016. Aims to prevent trafficking of women and children for sexual exploitation. Provides rescue, rehabilitation, and reintegration of victims. 14. National Nutrition Mission, Poshan Abhiyan, 2017. Targets malnutrition among women and children. Focuses on converging various nutrition-related schemes for better implementation. 15. Pradhan Mantri Mahila Shakti Kendra, 2017. Strengthens women empowerment at the grassroots level. Provides one-stop convergent support services in rural areas. 16. Women Helpline Scheme. Provides 24/7 emergency response services to women affected by violence. Offers referral support and information on legal and medical aid. 17. Accelerated Rural Water Supply Program. Ensures safe drinking water in rural areas. Helps reduce the burden on women who travel long distances for water.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in next video.